let's cut the music and let's get down to business, boys. This is the post-Week 7 Power Ranking MFL show. Coming to you live, as always, from my basement. No special guest this week, just me, myself, and the Georgia Bulldogs hat. Go Dogs. All right, so we're going into Week 8 now, which means 7 weeks behind us, which means that we are more than halfway through the fantasy season. So thank God for that. It's been a bit of a shit show, but honestly, not as bad as I thought it'd be. I thought they'd end up canceling the season because there's no way they could keep these guys just contained. There's no way to do a bubble or anything like that. I still think that maybe for the actual playoffs they'll do something like that, but I'm just pumped that we have football and it's fucking happening, and especially for fantasy football too. So, we got a couple things to go over here. But I just want to say the theme of this week's just scoring and this week's show is I'm fucking pumped up. Last week, we had a lot of bullshit going on where teams just weren't scoring points. And I don't know what you guys said to your players, but you fired them up. And there was points put on the board this week. So, I don't know if you guys have been watching the Jets, but they have some pretty fucking terrible coaching. And they could use people like you. So, maybe go apply if you know a little thing about football. Adam Gase doesn't. All right, let's see. I want to follow up with the couple highlights of the week. Just a couple notes before we cue the music and really get rolling on this thing. Man, let's take a look at Robbie Donahue here. Robbie's acquiring quite the team. Made a move for Leonard Fournette and also a move for the Bucs D. Now, this can only mean that Robbie is making a push right now. And his team is ready to compete right now. But he's making a push right now. Now, that's awesome. But, Robbie, I have your first-round pick this year. Why are you doing good? You don't care about my team? Of course you don't. Of course you don't. But put it in reverse, Terry. Like, for me. Anyway. My team. Suck it, Berman. My team is fucking sick. 2 weeks in a row, I get 2 sweet, sweet wins. Not only that, they come against 2 of the juggernauts, supposedly, from the best division in MFL, allegedly. Chris goes down in a flaming heap, and I take Berman down too. Just maybe not this year. Maybe not. But next year, be afraid. Because my team is fucking coming. Okay? I'm fucking pumped. Also, I have another note here. Yeah, I got a little note board for today's show. My team has more points than any team in the entire Mezzalunatics division. Garbage division. Garbage. And last, before we get to the power rankings and just run through the matchups from this previous week real quick. I just love this so much. The fantasy football team and Mike Setti, you hate to see an injury. Really hate to see Odell go down like that, but I feel like Stephen A. Smith talking about the Cowboys right now. This is hilarious. The fantasy football team is who we thought they were, or at least who I thought they were. They suck. Your team sucks, Seti. So, fire sale. You need to do it and get ready for the rebuild. Talk to your roommate Gerstein on how to rebuild a franchise. He'll help you out. He knows what he's doing. Okay, let's cue the music here. Un momento. I got a good one today. Oh, please don't be an advertisement. All right, clearly having some audio issues here, but technical difficulties are not going to stop us, boys. That's not how we roll. Now, nope, that's not the song I want. Not going down like that. Oh, fucker. Advertisement. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I hate YouTube so much. We're going to get there. Okay. get me to the 5-minute mark. And here we go. Okay. Let's get it. No. Oh, I really fucked this up. All right, one sec. This fucking YouTube sucks ass. Okay. All right, I'm looking at the previous week's scores just to get a feel here before I put the music back on, because you can't fucking change to a different window with stupid YouTube music. I gotta fix that shit. Okay here. Okay. You know what? We're going musicless, boys. We're doing a little bit different this week. That's how we roll. You gotta improvise here. Damn, my team is so fucking good. Just want to say that. Another big thing we got going on here. We got Kicking It with Kareem, the undefeateds, the Invincibles, going down in a pretty good matchup though to MILF Punters. Close game, 4-point spread there. Nice effort on both sides, but you know what? Kicking It with Kareem, your team is good, but they're not that good. You're gonna lose eventually. 6-1 though, still top of the division, nothing to sneeze at, and Larry getting a much needed win. Next game after that was just ridiculous. Robbie just put up an absolute monster performance. His team did fantastic, and then all of a sudden, out of the shadows, comes Tyler Lockett with probably giving the Hammer Bros the most improbable win maybe MFL has ever seen. Let's see, he put up like 50 fucking points. Ridiculous. But you know, the Hammer Bros aren't going anywhere. They don't care about the power rankings. They don't care about the record. They don't care about the division that they're in. They got guys that put up numbers, and that team flexed on the league, so keep your eyes peeled. Next is just really a feel-good story for one team. Corey Donnelly getting his first win of the season in pretty good fashion. 120 points. That's a good win. Still 1-6. Still a dumpster fire. Still basically the Eagles. Corey Donnelly, ladies and gentlemen. But congrats on the first win, man. And then, Chris Gallietta putting up another complete stinker. 73 points. I don't really have much to say about that. Just garbage performance. Matt Weiner getting a win over Corey Flick. I mean, Corey Flick losing a game. Surprise, surprise. Good win for Matt. 130 points. That's going to be competitive in most games. So if that's what, if you're not scoring 120, 130 points a game, your team's really not going to compete, especially come playoff time. That seems to be the number this season. Then after that, got roommate on roommate crime here with Happy Galladay. Brandon Gerstein absolutely just driving a stake through Seti's heart. And I'm all for it. I love it. I've said from the get-go that Seti's team is garbage, and I just love being right. I just love the validation. I really do. Again, tough to see an injury, but man, Seti, your team sucks. It's so bad. And I think that's a theme that's going to continue for the rest of the season, so not looking up. It's also funny, I screenshotted on a different phone. I'm using my work phone. I screenshotted the matchup view of the league for week 7. And I also screenshotted the chat. And the most recent thing that it said when I screenshotted that chat is that the commissioner is a dictator, which is just hilarious. I do what I want, Mike. Deal with it. Anyway, let's get to the power rankings. Now I can turn on music. Make it a little bit more. Let's go. Okay. Love this shit. This is going to be a good one, guys. I'm pumped up about this ranking. Coming in at number 12, numbers-wise, statistically, doesn't belong there. But when you lose to the worst team in the league, you become the worst team in the league. So Chris Gallietta welcome to the gutter. You are number 12 this week, and well-deserved. And that means that Corey Donnelly is not going to be the one team that stays in the bottom the whole season, as he's moved up to number 11. It's a step in the right direction, so good work, Corey. That's what your first win will get you. At number 10, Corey Flick. Not making any improvements here. Team's just not getting better. Tough. A lot of tough breaks this year. Losing Saquon Barkley is tough overall. But also losing Amari Cooper and then the draft pick with CeeDee Lamb. The Cowboys are just a dumpster fire this year, and they're not going to get much better. And consequently, I don't think Corey Flick's team is going to get much better. I think maybe he's realizing that, and he just sold off Leonard Fournette. I'm not crazy about the trade, but I understand the motive, so we'll see what happens. But Corey's going to be in the gutter all season long. No surprise there. Number 9, Michael Setti. Team sucks. Could be ranked lower in the future, but you know what? Had a real bad week. Odell Beckham got injured, obviously, and he's going full fire sale mode, full suey, as only Mike Setti would after one disappointing week. Classic Setti. But you know what? Number 9 is right where he belongs. Coming in at number 8, we have Larry. Yes, you did get a win this week, and I think that in the rankings, I believe you were 9 last week, so you moved up a slot. I don't know what it is about your team. Obviously, you were buoyed by just kept in major check by Devontae Adams' monster performance. But you can't, I guess you can kind of count on that. But the rest of your team needs to step up, and it's just not looking like they are. They're not looking like they're that strong, so that's why you are where you are in the list, sir. Next up is Matt Weiner. Matt Weiner also got a win this week, and I've definitely been high on Matt's team. I think I've tempered expectations recently. But you know what? You put up 130 points. You get some props. Your team looked well. They showed up. But still, leaving a lot to be desired there, and they're not consistent week in and week out. And that's tough. Yeah, it's tough to do in fantasy football in general, but you're going to need to see more from your team, Matt. Number 7 for you. Number 6, putting it in reverse, Terry. Robbie is, I think he's strung together 2 wins in a row, and then he just gut punch of a loss this week to the Hammer Bros. Thought he had it in the bag, and then just got, absolutely bent over by Tyler Lockett. That is tough. We'll see how the team can recover, but putting up almost 140 points is nothing to sneeze at. And they've been putting up good points the past couple weeks. So like I said, keep looking out for this team because I think they can make a sneaky push in the playoffs. Unfortunately for me, because I have Robbie's first-round draft pick, so if your team could suck, that would be good. Thank you. Next up, my record says that I don't deserve this, but I'm the commissioner, and I make the power rankings. Coming in at number 5 is me, because my team is fucking awesome these past 2 weeks, and I think we're finally starting to come alive. So, I think a sleeping giant has awoken in my team. Tua Tagovailoa is about to start. He's going to be amazing. And Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Christian McCaffrey's coming back. Let's fucking go. You guys are fucked. But yeah, I deserve number 5. Even if you don't think I do. I think I do. And that's the only thing that matters. Next up, Eric Berman. This was a tough one to rank, but not really, because I beat him. So, if you're going to be in first place, win your fucking game, and don't lose to me. That's what happens. But still a strong team, still waiting on Michael Thomas to come back. The addition of Michael Thomas is obviously, it's going to make this team better by 15, 20 points a week, and that's juggernaut level. That's big. So, Berman's going to be around, boys. Next up, kicking it with Kareem. You lost your first game this week. Didn't look super impressive in the process as well, but at least you were competitive. I think that's number 3 is right about the spot where you guys belong, and I could see that being where you finish this season. I could see as a division winner, you could be 2. Based on the rankings, could be 2. But I would say 3rd best team. Which brings us to number 2. Brandon Gerstein, moving up a spot this week. Good on you. Put up a solid performance. The team's looking good, and they look like they're just firing on all cylinders right now. It's the middle of the season, so we'll see. Let's see what happens in the last, we'll start looking at the last 3 games or so, 4 games or so, because you need those teams that are on the bubble to make a push. But I think Gerstein could make a push for the division lead. So stay tuned. That's going to be a tight race. And that brings us to number 1. No surprise here. It's the Hammer Bros. Now, yes, they're in the top of their division. No, they don't have the best record in the league. But I think what this week showed, if anything, is that they have a team full of guys that can just explode on any given week. And that was proven by Tyler Lockett this week. Pretty safe to say he's not going to have another 50-point week. It's ridiculous, but that's a big week. And that's what the players on their team can do. And when you have those guys that can go off like that, and you have so many of them, you're a top contender in any league you're in. And in MFL, they're number 1. So, who's going to dethrone them? Stay tuned for next week, boys. Commish out.